Hi there everyone, welcome to the TRDR console once again as we look at the market. Currently 11 AM here in the London session, and we're just going to have a look at a few data points on Bitcoin mainly, and see as usual where we've come from and where we can possibly go. Okay, so from the last video and the last live session that we did on Discord, we were chopping around up here, and that was to be expected, to be honest, after such a move. And the main key point and takeaway that we established was, what can we expect from ETF week? And we basically said volatility. Okay, so in the live we're saying, yeah, expecting some chop around here. For me personally, I was expecting some nice pullbacks down to this kind of like 44k area, you know, possible resistance to support flip, and then was just going to review from there. We can see down here that open interest was mega high. Yeah, it's cautionary tale, but you know, when you're breaking out of month-long ranges, you're going to get this really. Okay, so open interest was high, funding was high. Hindsight traders will tell you, oh, you should have seen this and you should have expected a nuke. Yeah, maybe so, maybe so. Good on you if anyone hedged a short from up here and got a payday yesterday. So let's not dwell on this too much right now. Let's not worry about why things happened. Let's have a look at what is happening right now. Okay, so basically open interest absolutely nuked. If you are long biased, this is really good for you. Funding absolutely neutralized as well, as we can see here from one of the other firms. Really nice to see open interest and funding just come down like that. You don't want to get bearish too much when you see this and you've had a good flush in the system. Okay, so no real edge from volume just yet. This needs to settle down, I would say. I mean, I'm just on a 1 hour here. Let's go for to a 15-minute. So we're coming up slightly, but there's no real edge yet. I mean, your edge will come from if we float down, fill some of this wick space while you've got some bullish divs coming up and open interest stays low down here. Okay, so yeah, we had some selling up there and we were in supply yesterday morning. First thing I said in the Discord, I said, look, we're in supply, there's no real bid to push this up yet. Did I expect that? No, I'll be honest, I didn't expect a wick back down to these 41k levels, but here we are. Okay, so let's move on. This is a BTC Diamond bid. Very nice if you could get in on that. Obviously, if you've got a big wick up, your best trade would be looking to see how this plays out. Do we fill some of this area now with some bull divs and demand, which we'll go and have a look at in a second? That'd be really nice. And then yeah, you really want to see a nice push up, but this was heavily bid watching at the time, so some people got some really nice fills there, and I appreciate that the CME gap and there's more liquidity down here. Maybe we get it, but at the minute I would say this is your invalidation. Okay, so kind of like 41k levels your invalidation, and we'll go and have a look at the OBD. But just while we're on here, here's your liquidity on just on a 1 hour time frame, and you can see absolutely everyone just got washed out of the perpetuals market books. Contracts just absolutely nuked, no one's left in the market. Spot books, a lot of selling obviously, you know, from the supply up there, so these need to fill back up. Just go to a slightly higher time frame and you'll see the context of what I'm saying here is spot market absolutely nuked. Okay, so is this 450 to 500 million a new parameter for spot? And that's maybe as low as it goes. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Open interest absolutely nuked. Don't get bearish on this, just prepare for longs in my opinion. And perps contracts as well, absolutely just come down since this range really, but absolutely nuked. And you've got a new medium range there of 1 billion contracts. Obviously, if you get an ultra nuke like that and you're going down to 690, 700 mil, even better. Do we get that right now? I don't know. We're still a very trending bullish market, so maybe not. Okay, so yeah, let's go and have a look at the OBD and see what's going on here. Let me just flick to this tab for a second so I can have a look at the exchanges. So here we go. So basically you've still got this POC to get over, and you know, you kind of like your range highs up here. We can see the selling that was going on. Personally, yesterday I'd preferred a little wick to take these highs here. That would have been your perfect scenario to see. You know, for a headshot, I was sat out of the market here. I was just like, right, okay, I want to see a little wick up here, take these highs, and then we'll review from there. But we didn't get it, and here we are. But the general depth, as you can see here, we were in supply. Okay, so this is 1 to 10%. You were in supply. Cautionary. What I wanted to see is come back down here, fill some bid, and then run again. Let's have a look at what other exchanges is doing. So if you just look at the ratio here. Binance obviously filled some bid in these lows, but there's nothing now. Bitstamp have not got much here. Again, these guys all filled in the lows here. They've got some levels chasing down slightly there. Coinbase, again, all these guys were quick to the mark and they filled, and then they caught that bounce there at 42, which is very nice for them. We can see we're just floating up a little bit here. General depth is okay right now, so 380 mil. General depth is okay, but doesn't mean we can't come down and fill some more bids. Alright, if you're seeing price action here ranging right in the middle, and I'm just talking about on a 15-minute time frame, I don't think it's necessary to just start jumping in the market here. You could maybe fill a little bit, but then just prepared for a bit more of a wick fill into this space. Okay, for me personally, this is your invalidation, and it's right down at that kind of like 40.5 level. You could possibly even use that kind of like 41.5. What have Binance got here? They've got some USDT limits chasing up. Yeah, so this is your range low, obviously, but this is historically very old now. It's over a month old. That's your range low at 42. And it's quite nice to see USDT bid come back in. Let's see if this pops a bit higher and they start chasing up, or do they want to fill in this wick zone. Alright, Qcoin, very nice chart. Very nice OBD. Okay, they were protecting this zone yesterday a little bit there, pushing up, and you've got double bands from them in the 2.5 to 10% range, so very nice. Even if we come down, Qcoin guys, very prepared to just fill some more spot orders here. Binance, perhaps no real edge, but we can see as we're up at those range highs there, or the expansion out of the range highs, absolutely lost interest. They were either taking profit or something. They're just coming back in now, which is nice to see. A little bit far away, 5 to 10% away. Few little market maker orders in here. So yeah, let's see these guys chase up as well. Let's see a bit more spot come in. You can probably expect, like you got here after this expansion here, and you had good 24 hours or so of, you know, chopping around there before you move. Same here. You can probably expect when that many contracts get knocked out of the perps books, especially, you can probably expect a little bit of choppiness around here. Okay, so if we just jump back and have a look at the OBC. So a lot of liquidity to the top side now. I'm just on a 2-day here. That's kind of obvious because we've nuked all the downside liquidity. So a lot of top side liquidity. That'll be nice to go and take that eventually. We are still in a trending market, don't forget. Downside liquidity, yeah, okay, so you've got some big chunks of orders at 41 still. Yeah, we'll review as we go. Do we go down and fill this? Wick space to 41, it'd be really nice if we do, because if you didn't catch this, that's going to give you a really nice risk reward trade, especially with these USDT limits here. Okay, so yeah, really nice to see. To be honest, I'm not particularly bearish. The only thing I would say is I don't think it's particularly good when you expand out of a range like this and then you just fall back into it, because like previously stated, here's your range roughly. This is developing this week, obviously, so your weekly range high and range low will be developing. It's, you know, your range low is probably down here now. I'll have to double check, but the longer you smash these areas, so 1, let's call it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you've expanded out. And to the downside, we've obviously hit it a shitload of times, excuse my language. In a range, as a range trader, the more times you hit these highs and lows, one of them's going to break. Now, I guess you have to almost play the trend. So I'm hoping that the upside breaks. I think that'd be really nice. I'm not bearish and not in the sentiment of sell the news on the ETF. I'd like to see us expand higher into the 48.50s. to be honest. But we will review as you go. But yeah, last signal, if in doubt, last signal, go from that. BTC Diamond, spot bidder there, USDT limits are chasing up a little bit, open interest absolutely nuked, funding's nuked. Let's watch the volume, see what that does over the next 24 hours, and we'll go from there. I think ETH and the others are probably going to follow. I'm not going to go over a load of altcoins here, but you've certainly got some strength in some altcoins already. LDO, ARB, doing really nice. So yeah, keep an eye on those coins that have alt BTC strength, but just don't commit too much leverage, because if you are going to come back down here and fill some of this wick space, just some alts will hold, but some alts will. BT comes down 2%, they're going to do 3-4%. Alright guys, so let's have a look, see what we get. Maybe the US session a little bit later on gives us some clarity. We'll be live in the Discord a little bit later today, so I've posted that in the Telegram. Half an hour after the US Open, we'll be live today, and we'll go from there. We'll see what we get. Yeah, bit of choppiness. Fill some more bids, ideally, because no one's chasing this up exactly right now, apart from the Qcoin boys and girls. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, see you in the live chat a little bit later on. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Bye.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way.